Hey guys, my name is Kia. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things lifestyle, writing, and pretty much anything that I want to talk about. Today I thought I would sit down and make a quick little video because I'm tired. If you can tell, I'm like super sleepy, so this video won't be very long, but I wanted to make a video about closure and why I don't necessarily believe in it. Before we dive into today's video, please make sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below if this resonates with you. Also, be sure to check out my website, thoughtfulmuse.com, for my blog and any updates that you guys would like to know about me, all over on my website. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it.
I'm going to start this off and say that I don't believe in closure anymore. Like, I don't believe in keeping a door open for somebody to answer any questions about the whys and the what ifs. Mainly because I really feel like it only causes further attachment and only, keeps the hope alive that the person that you're trying to seek closure from will eventually come around and come back into your life, change. But really, you're just prolonging that access to you instead of kind of cutting it off cold turkey. And it's really telling people that, like, you're not really serious about, your healing and your growth and wanting to do better when you're going off and seeking closure with this hope, like this small hope that maybe they'll come back and you won't have to completely cut them off. And I was like that a lot of the times with my relationships, trying to go back and seek answers from them, from my ex-partners, about why we didn't work out and things like that. And then somewhere along the way ended up in a situationship for another year and a half, dealing with nonsense, the same nonsense that I was trying to heal from and get away from. So I don't necessarily believe in closure. I think closure is something that you can seek when you're in a healthy place to really reach out and ask those questions because you're genuinely curious about how you can be a better person. But I don't think that closure should be a thing if you're just seeking it to find a way to be closer to the person that you're supposed to be cut off from, if that makes sense. Because I know people use closure as just a way to be I want my ex back, and I'm gonna try and get my ex back, and I'm gonna try and find a way to be a part of their life in any way that I can, even if it means I have to settle for less than than I deserve, or settle for being in this position that that I wasn't ever truly in before, but they put me into, because now the dynamic of our relationship has changed. I'm all for growth and having mature conversations and sitting down and talking things out. But I think that you can't always do that with every person that you come across, especially when you're dating. I don't think that closure applies to a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people are emotionally mature and aren't really in tune with their emotions enough to sit back and offer the closure that you're seeking. And also, you have to really look at yourself too to see why you are going after closure. What is it that you hope to gain from this? I think when you have that conversation with yourself and you really sit back and you identify what your purpose is and what your reasoning is behind it, and you figure out if it's a good intention or if it's a bad intention, that also helps with you understanding that you don't truly need closure from anybody. I said in my last video, you don't need anybody's permission to live your life the way that you're supposed to live it, And I'm not saying that closure is a bad thing. Also, just me personally, I don't I don't need closure anymore. I don't need to wonder. I don't need to know the whys and the what ifs. Leave people as they are now. And I don't really need any more questions after that. Like, I think that once you show me something that I don't like repeated behavior that I don't like, then it's like, okay, like I don't really need to know why. I think that that's just who you are as a person, and I'm not going to question it anymore, but I don't have to accept it into my life. I don't have to invite it into my life, I should say. And I don't have to deal with it, you know, like I can just calmly and quietly leave. And oh my gosh, my stomach. I can just calmly and quietly leave without making a scene, because in my mind it's just like there would be no point in trying to seek any kind of comfort from the person that hurt me. Unless we had like a very close relationship, I don't think that it's worth it, in my opinion. I think that when you go seeking closure for someone that, you know, you had feelings for, or that you were involved with very intimately and very closely, and they do something to hurt you, like I think that it's just a reminder of the hurt. And I don't want to be reminded of how I felt, you know, in that moment when they betrayed my trust. Like I don't want to put myself in that position to believe that, you know, like force myself to believe that this person cares about me, or this person, you know, has the best intentions for me. Like I don't want to believe that. And I think when you are especially an emotional person seeking closure, that can be a motivator, you know, that can be something that you use as an excuse to keep this person around, because you want them and you want to see the good in them, and you want them to see you, and you want them to actually do right by you and do better for you. And the reality of that is it never really happens. At least in my case, it didn't really happen. I held space for people that were taking too much space in my life, and not really allowing other people to come in and show me different things, because I was so busy like holding on to this idea of like, okay, if I tell them like I'm trying to move on, then maybe that will get them to be interested in me again and coming back to work on things and fix things with me. So I don't believe in closure. I don't encourage people to seek closure. I mean, you can, depending on the person, but sometimes it's better to not know the whys, honestly. Like sometimes it's better to just kind of move forward and, you know, not get answers, because sometimes the answers we seek aren't really the things that we want to hear most of the time. So yeah, I don't believe in closure. I don't think that closure is something that you need, especially like if you're breaking up with somebody, or you've been in like this on and off relationship with somebody. Like it's definitely something that will hinder you, in my opinion. Okay, and this is not me telling you don't ever go seek closure, blah blah blah. Like no, like do what works for you. What works for me is like, no. I don't want to give myself any more reason to believe that the person that I had faith in and had trust in, it was changed. I don't want to give myself that hope. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to put myself in a position to be hurt again and again. So yeah, this was really short, but I really wanted to sit down and make a quick little video about this, because that was something that I really wanted to touch on a little bit more in my last video, but it didn't really align with what I was talking about. But if you guys want, we can go even deeper into this subject, because I do have a lot of things to say. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video because I'm tired, and I know I said I wanted to be consistent, so I wanted to at least have something to put up for this week's video. So if you guys like that, please make sure to like, subscribe. Also check out my website. Again, it will be all linked down below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, where I will be posting even more like pictures and like reels and stuff. Like I'm getting the hang of like posting on reels now. It's a little bit fun, so I'm trying to do that a little bit more. But yes, please make sure to follow me on social media, and yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.